Honorable admiration, all my good brothers and sisters of the faith. Yeah, it's truly an honor to be here live again. I missed last night, so I decided to do it today. I'm gonna go over some information that those who took English 101 in college, and if you're like me and hated English, then this is what this is gonna be about. Yeah, but it's gonna be a little more exciting than what you got in high school and college, so to say. So, Almanac, Incunabula, and Family Heritage Books, which is before Thesaurus, Law, Encyclopedias, and Dictionary. I know many may be confused, like, wait a minute, you can't have that stuff without the etymology. No, the reason why I start with Almanac, because that's when they were naming things. We'll go into that in a moment. Take a little break before I get it in.
So what's happening? Government and all y'all crossed the line, so what's happening? My ancestors wouldn't like you crossed the line, so what's happening? We original, y'all GMO, y'all lying. I do this for my Nietzsche. Oh yeah, my Nietzsche. I do this for my Nietzsche. I do this for my Nietzsche. Should've left me where I was, cause I ain't never scared. Took that little ice off my neck for this arrowhead. My nation, my Nietzsche, someone thorough said. Real American, still pure blood, we thoroughbred. I'm like, let my people go and just take me instead. When it's red or blue pill, I'm only choosing red. I'ma always choose my people, you can keep that bread. Our government owe $1 trillion, you can keep that bread. If it's one thing Jim Crow is showing me, I don't want no white folks ruling over me. I don't want no politicians ruling over me. I don't want no po-po ruling over me. Only somebody just like me gon' treat me like me. I'm Iron Wyan Cherokee, the Chief and Dr. G.L.E. I'm still a G like EST. Might not be as G as me. You think you free, but you need remedy to be as free as me. I'm from the hood, I'm still waking up my people. They got us good, they still hating on my people. When it comes to fashion, the whole world wanna be like us. When it comes to music, the whole world wanna be like us. When it comes to dancing, the whole world wanna be like us. Foreigners are doing everything, trying to weaken us. Sports, y'all can't fuck with us. Rhythm, know we killing y'all. Anything involve a ball. Mentally, we figured out the cosmos. After all inventing shit, we smashing y'all. It's time to take through asking y'all rights by blood after all. Vatican and the Smithsonian got all our shit. Artifacts and relics still keeping us away from it. When they say that was a long time ago, that's racist shit. Y'all holy land keep stolen shit. We don't need y'all holding it. Reverse engineering our technology, controlling it. Gave it everything you got, but you can't put no soul in it. I ain't go see the new Matrix cause I'm living it. Everything is not what it seems, but I'm killing it. Can you afford to pay attention who you living with? Now they trying to mandatory vax, but is you getting it? Fall back off my Nietzsche, I'm peeping y'all tactics. This ain't no earth war, this here is galactics. Goddesses and gods warming up like practice. We gon' put arrows on your chest like patches. Mongoloids can't style like us, them fake natives ain't wild like us. They ain't got a soul, destiny as a child like us. Nobody power like us, nobody peace pipe like us. Boxing, y'all can't fight like us, nobody lost they right like us. Wake 'em up, I'm in the way. Say too much, I'm in the way. They tryna kill us anyway, so listen what I'm finna say. Everybody, our kids, we raised y'all anyway. What that sense is finna say, everybody ain't here to stay. Is you with us or against us, ain't no in between. I'm a non-ether being, not a human being. Yeah, fucking 1492, but all my allies what it do. Renegade got clipped for days, be careful, I advise you to. Enemy of my tribe, opera mind, so what's happening? Government and all y'all crossed the line, so what's happening? My ancestors wouldn't like you crossed the line, so what's happening? We original, y'all GMO, y'all lying. I do this for my Nietzsche. my Niji, my Niji, my Niji, my Niji. I do this for my Niji, my Niji, my Niji, my Niji, my Niji, my Niji, my Niji. I do this for my Niji.
My niece, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I know I'm still playing that old Threads 3K. Okay, making sure I'm loud and clear. So let me get right to the chase. Mic check 1 2 1 2. As soon as I started talking, I got kicked out. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Okay. All right, y'all. So yeah, this is gonna be something that you know. Uh I want to make it simple as possible. I want to make sure you understand what's going on here. In the past, I would just read the information. You would know if I was debunking or for the information, and that was a strategy that I used, and it served me well. But to be all out honest, it didn't really help because at the same time, I'm not giving my perspective, my opinion on what I'm reading. So to just be combative within a dialogue with many Pan Africans and Afrocentrics at the time, I would use these strategies when having debates about the English language because I had many very, very interesting arguments over this, the languages that we use. Explaining in details that they have borrowed words from us and our languages over here and made these languages. So many people will agree with that and then turn around and say, nah, English is German. It's second Western generation Germanic. Like, you really gonna tell me that? Well, and you'll find that in Noah Webster's book. You'll find it in his book where he says that our English language is a second generation Western Germanic language. And we have found that to be inaccurate. So many people are still using the history in information. So instead of going back and forth, and with the dialogue, and then where it can open up to other dialogues, what I'm doing is I'm bringing everything to the table and we're going to deal with it in one swing. That means one hit knockout. Like, that's like if you playing a video game and you playing this game and it's like you get hit one time, you did. That game is gonna be like, how far did I get? That's what you're dealing with. This game ain't no damn game. This is, well, we'll say it is a game because it's a game that has been played on us. And this is gonna lead into many books. So basically what this is gonna lead into, every Friday, I know it's Saturday right now, but every Friday, I will definitely go in on all printed books. I'm going to go in on all printed books, all publications, companies that they use to travel and document what they put in their book. I'm going to break down everything, hardcover to hardcover, paperback to paperback, how you properly decode this information, and correct it and replace it with the correct information. And majority of the time, the correct information that you can replace it will be IDK, as in I don't know. And that's something that a lot of people have to deal with, because the source, the base of the information that many people are talking about is based upon these people who wrote these books that they printed with these printing presses. Many people are under the impression that people have been printing books since way back in the 13th, then they say 10th, then they say in Ling Ling and them were printing in 2000 BC or 200 BC or something like that, that they already had it in China. Yep, Ling Ling and them, they was out there printing stuff. Was that? So basically, we get a whole story behind printing presses. The key important thing is to know that all of our information that has been gathered in the languages that I'm going to talk about are all connected to the same people, and that the dates that they have all start in the 19th century. Although, even the name itself, Incunabula, is talking about the year 1501. That is the first year of the 16th century. Yeah. So let me bust these slides out real quick. Let me make sure y'all can hear me loud and clear. Yeah. So let me bust these slides out real quick. Let me make sure y'all can hear me loud and clear. Oh, it's messing up a little bit. We get a whole. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, so hold on, y'all. I'm gonna start out with Almanac. So let me pull up this Almanac slide. Let me start with that. Where my Almanac at? Man, where the hell? Come on now. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all. Shit. Thought I got Almanac too. Man, I gotta get it again. Hold on, y'all. You serious? Okay, so I got it right here. All right, y'all can see it. Yep, there it is. Right there. So what's going on here is I want to let y'all know something. When it comes to history that Pan-Africans and Afrocentrics use, or those that attach themselves to Asiatic history, or those that attach themselves to Black European history, and many things that are connected to that and such sorts and so forth and thenceforth and onward, you gotta say with that British like bullshit. So basically, you got the almanac right here, right? All right. So basically, this is what an almanac is. It's an annual publication, right? An annual publication is yearly. You do it however many times during the year, but it's yearly. So it's collecting data. So you're not just drawing lines in the mud or dirt. You making some rocks and stones out of it to calculate it on the ground. There's so many ways you can think that people can do things. Break a tree branches, count how many tree branches, and just calculate stuff, and then write down on marking or something. It's not difficult as many people might think. But we're saying here that when it comes to Almanac, that this is when we have purposes for this. Supposedly, this is what is being said. For the weather forecast, that is because you're planting food. Now, the basis of civilization is what's in your belly. So basically, an almanac is pretty much the base form, the base, the origin of a civilization. It's the food. You need to eat. You need to eat right in order to live right, in order to do right, in order to invent and innovate. You need to be eating right. So when it comes to the almanac, that's very key into words that are being created and connected to that, and so on and so forth, as we see in the world today. Hell, we even have astronomy and astrology. It all really has its basics, back to this, because as they studied the seasons on when to plant and when to grow, studying each and every single one of the things that they're planting and growing, and observing, which means you're just observing and speculating, and then giving these things names for what you're doing. All right, cool. Try to make it simple. Um, I was gonna go slow, but I'm gonna actually be kind of speed. Let me get these blocking my view. Hold on. Okay, so an almanac. Excuse me. Annual publication, right? It's an annual publication, and this includes basically weather forecasts. Let me show you the weather forecast. That's where I was getting where my weather forecast is. Really, man? I'm that far down, bro. Come on. Come on now. There we go. Yeah, bear with me, y'all. I got my slides all over the place. They didn't come up in line, so they're all out of. Okay, so weather forecasting is the application of science and technology to predict conditions of the atmosphere for a given location and time. So weather forecasting, right? So that's something that's basically, new, meteorologists, or is it older? But it says since the 19th century, weather forecasts are made by collecting quantitative data about the current state of the atmosphere, atmosphere, land, and ocean, and using meteorology to project how the atmosphere will change at a given place. So, okay, I really don't get into that because that's a story for another day. But that's what's connected to an almanac. So that's supposedly when almanacs were being made. That's when we started doing this weather forecasting. We didn't have the machines today, or did we? I don't know. We'll see. What we got next? Okay, weather forecasting and planting. Shit, man, this sucks, man. Come on. Okay. In planting, you have sowing in the process of planting seeds. An area or object that has had seeds planted in it will be described as sowed or sowing. That's what you're doing. Okay. Pretty much get the point on that. Where's my tie? My tie. Hold on, y'all. Let me take another break. Let me line up all these slides right, man, so I can have everything right in order with everybody. Okay. In planting, you have sowing in the process of planting seeds.
Stack that bitch up, Mike. Yeah, truth can't be told, it gotta be.
Pretty much point on that. Where's my ties?
Stack that bitch up, Mike. Yeah, truth can't be told, it gotta be realized. The truth can't be told, it gotta be realized. Freedom ain't free, it ain't legalized. Truth can't be told, it gotta be realized. Freedom ain't free, it ain't realized. Freedom ain't free, it ain't realized. Freedom ain't, it ain't legalized. Realize, realize. Freedom ain't free, it ain't legalized. Real eyes, realize. Freedom ain't free, it ain't legalized. Real eyes, realize. Realize. Yeah, slavery was a long time ago. How? Same motherfuckers still here right now. Colonized on our own land, they ahead of us. Changed our name so much, they scared of us. Children of the sun, y'all don't compare to us. Pale-faced people, this ain't y'all area. Talking about America, pale-faced people, this ain't y'all area. Even up the playing field, bitch, I'm darn. How you a victim, bitch, you a Karen. Cognitive dissonance, you don't need sparing. You got white privilege, so you don't need sparing. Looking at my homeland, man, I can't believe her. Colonized came here, they ain't never leave her. Indians ain't die off cause we here. You ain't gotta lie, just say you won't be here. How you American but not indigenous? 400 years still ain't get rid of us. All Europeans and naturalized citizens. Made all the Indians niggas on the census. 1492 we was on the fences. Civil rights movement, we was so defensive. Black Wall Street, whites got so offended. Common law rights gave us amendments. Thank God don't speak truth, that's alright. First slave 1619 was all white. 1200 wasn't no continent, all white. Europe named after a black woman, alright. Grafted, it come from us, do your research. Go within, quit listening to teacher. And a Nuki got voice coming out the speaker. Cut off trees down and made us weaker. Really they foreigner, the shit gets deeper. Whites don't know where whites come from either. I'm Aborigine, we come from the ether. Ruling over us in our land, that's evil. Being colonized right now, black people. Prisoner of the war, that's why it ain't equal. Wake up everybody, don't be no sheeple. Freedom ain't free, really freedom is illegal. And we can't get mad at this. Whites act like we can't see their advantages. Privileges real, they working in management. Low down dirty, but they calling us savages. They want you to think they above us. All white people are part-time judges. I ain't no racist, but I ain't no sucker. I ain't no African, man, but they my brothers. Been lied to, I got built up anger. We built everything, still waiting on the savior. Don't call yourself black, please do me that favor. Black tourmaline will protect you from a hater. Listening to your oppressors is dangerous. Gave us a Bible and stole our nation. Said we couldn't read what we didn't know the language. Kept us on paper because we didn't see the danger. American Indian, keep the religion. Skin copper color look just like a penny. Wanted our land and you called us stingy. Ain't no Democrats there to gotta pay attention. We got ancestors but the papers is missing. Kings and queens we just can't remember. Remember who you are, just like Simba. Now they got a vax, we don't want that in us. George Washington is the ninth president, look it up. United States only 10 square blocks, look it up. White people really the minorities, look it up. Courtrooms don't got authorities, look it up. You want me, say stop governing me. Gave me a straw man, it's really not me. Why you don't keep it 100 with me? Why Trayvon Killer still walk around free? Made this song for the truth, don't hate it. History was told in reverse, I've stated. You still oppressed, somebody gotta say it. I'm taking out of school, that's the reason I made it. History is his story. History is his story. History is his story. History is his story. It ain't my story. History is his story. Probably ain't your story. History is his story. It's his story.
That's right. That's right. Ain't my story. Yeah. So you see it right here. You wait for it to leave the screen. There we go. So we have the tide tables, sometimes called tide charts. Are used as table prediction to show the daily tides and levels of high and low tides, usually for a particular location. So a little beachfront, seeing oh, the tide rises this much and the tide lowers that much. So if you can think that is that happening in the ocean where it's continuously rising and lowering, is that a natural event? And you say, okay, cool. Who really gives a damn? Then tide heights at intermediate times between high and low water. So okay, cool. So that's just dealing with the ocean. I'm not gonna go into the details of that. Other than that, tide tables, you have the tabular data, the table data, just having your table set up where you're, putting all your information together. Your annual publications, your calendars, almanacs, and dictionaries, yearbooks, annual reports, and preceding and literal annuals. Basically, some encyclopedias and the dates that they will try and give you, the first almanac being created, they'll take it back to Bacon. And with this, you get into the etymological issue. Get back to that. I actually had it up there. Let me bring it back up. All right, it's that table. Bear with me, y'all. Okay, that's the next one. Yeesh. Got so much stuff up here. Okay, so all right, so I had to pull this one up. This is in the almanacs as well, the history part of the almanacs, and this is basically what it's saying. Basically, history was a fad from 1823 to 1857. I repeat, history was a fad. All right. So the foreign literary word called the annual was a fad. Shit, might as well say fraud. Shit. from about 1823 through 1857 and became as popular that they were soon published up to 17 times a year. British royalty increased their popularity. See who invested in it? British royalty, right? Huh. Very interesting. Who was ruling the British royalty between 1823 and 1857? Hmm. Okay. So they closely resemble many college literary books just produced for college campus today, except they contain many etchings of beautiful women from steel plates. They have the fashion magazines of the day. Later, it became fashionable to watercolor and blah blah blah, going into the whole design of it. So you want to think that little troglodyte creature looked beautiful? There's something wrong with y'all. My other part of it. That shit fucked up my appetite looking at that. All right, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay, so so you see how silly that was. So it also includes comic books, basically, because they got some jokes. So the annual was a long running fad from 1824 until 1857, started in England, but spilled over into the US. Steel plates of the 1820s allowed book publishers to mass produce pictures. What started out as an annual book or a gift for the holidays turned into something that had up to 17 editions through the year, yet they were still called annuals. Countess, what was that? Blessington, Countess Blessington, and the royal women contributed to the works in altered fashion. This fad was sometimes referred to as beauty, as books, as the place of women. Okay, so there's some porn, some soft porn, basically. Got it. All right, that shit about here. All right, we get to some fun stuff. So let me go down. Heath's book, Beauty. Okay, cool. All right, because of the Panic of 1825. Thomas Hood's sarcastic poem, The Battle of the Annuals, was published in the 1830s. Watercolor became popular in the 1830s, and the black and white etchings were the coloring books of the day. In 1842, volume 1 and page 521 of the Illustrated London News, there are sarcastic pictures poking fun at the annuals. In 1844, there was an article referring to it as the imbecilic mania, and finally the obituary. For the annual appeared in the Art Journal of 1857, The Death of the Annuals, NU photo techniques replacing etching ended most engravers' careers. So they brought in pictures. So who were doing that stuff? Who was doing who do you think were out there etching and doing all this stuff with this technology and all of these things during this time? Supposedly, supposedly during this time. This is the basically the early 19th century. But when you deal with the almanacs, they telling you some stuff going on in the 13th century. We're about to get to that right now. All right, so okay, all right. They have sources there at the bottom, so anybody looking that up, you can go dig into that and see what's going on with that. Know what I mean? What else I got for them? Uh, Okay. Hold on, y'all. Excuse me. All right. It's about to go down. Okay. Now, the etymology of the word almanac. Let's do it. You see here, it says the etymology of the word is unclear. I know everybody like, damn, man, who the fuck get excited about this shit? I do. The earliest documented use of the word in any language is in Latin. Boom, bounces right back to a language created over here in America. Thank you, America first, first Americans coming like never before. So basically, they're gonna claim that Roger Bacon bits made up the first almanac in 1267 and called it almanac. Like he knew about the almanac. All right, where it meant to set of tables detailing movements of heavenly bodies, including the moon. So he gonna say his shit the almanac because he was looking at the moon. Okay. All right. So let's see what else they got. It was suggested that the word almanac derives from Greek word meaning calendar. Oh, so they don't tell you how they say it in Latin. They just say that it's from Latin, but they don't give you the word. So I guess they're basically just saying that having it Almanac is almanac. Okay, cool. Okay, that's what's up. So, all right. So, however, the word appears only once in antiquity by Eusebius, who quotes Porphyry as the Coptic Egyptian use of astrological charts, the Almanichika. Uh, the earliest almanacs were calendars that included agricultural, astronomical, or meteorological data. But it is highly unlikely Roger Bacon received the word from this etymology. Notwithstanding, now when you guys see words like that, notwithstanding, that means they took this directly out of something that was made in the late 19th century. But anyway, the suggestive sound and use of this word, of which, however, the real form is very uncertain. The difficulties of connecting it historically either with the Spanish Arabic manak, manaka, manaka, or the medieval Latin almanac. Without Arabic intermediation seems, I can't even see that, it's insurmountable. Oh, really? It's very interesting. So whoever has the word first people putting together almanacs. All right, so uh we don't care what the top of that. What was it saying? The tables of Toledo, the medieval Arabic astronomical works. That is total bull. And you see down at the bottom? At the bottom, it's talking about. Let's see what it says down there at the bottom, because a lot of that is just is pure boot. It's pseudo Arabic. That's all Arabic. All Arabic before the 19th century is pseudo Arabic. Period. Don't want to hear no more. And I'm taking that to every alphabet on earth coming soon. Y'all not ready for it. But, I'm saying I'm going to still do it. But anyway, pseudo Gerber, little Gerber baby, pseudo as hell, with the Arabic pseudonym, and with the pseudo Arabs and pseudo Arabics. And so anybody connecting any language to Arabic to something that's predating the 19th century, you're really connecting to yourself to something Arabic. And many might think like, oh, that's kind of reaching. You barely showing this one little slide and pseudo Gerber and all that stuff. Nah, don't do it. I've been waiting for anybody. I've challenged the NOI in a friendly way about the Quran. They don't want none. I don't know who wanted with me in the Quran, because when it comes to the Arabic language, the only real form of proof of there being an Arabic language in the past is the Quran. But anyway, not gonna go into the details of it. I don't see anybody jumping out, to get their head chopped off on that. But we see that when it comes to Almanac, we getting some Arabic talk up in here. So let's see where they going. Where are they going with this pseudo Arabic stuff? What Arabic are they talking about? All right. So we got the hermerologies in Parapagmata. And so it sounds like some STDs. What the hell? Okay, the early texts considered to be almanacs have been found in the Near East dating back to the middle of the second millennium BC. Damn, they got almanac all the way back then. All right, let's see. They have been called generally hermerologies from the Greek hermera, meaning day. Damn. So for just to say day in your language, hermera. All right. Doesn't sound too pleasant, but among them is the so-called Babylonian almanac. So now we got this almanac going all the way from Greek to Babylonian. That is a big ass stretch of land, but okay. Which lists favorable and unfavorable days with advice on what to do on each of them? Successive variants and versions aimed at a different readership have been found. Egyptian list of good and bad moments 3 times each day had also been found. Many of these prognostic were connected with celestial events. All right, the flooding of the Nile, blah blah blah. Okay, all right. So basically, that's connecting to some Greek, Babylonian, Egyptian stuff. So that's just basically saying that. Basically, what they're doing here is saying that hieroglyphs and not petroglyphs, but hieroglyphs in writing and art they're finding in Greek and the stuff they're finding connected to Babylonian, I guess Sumerian tablets, that those are ancient almanacs. All right, man. What kind of bullshit is that? But okay. The Greek almanac, known as the Parapragma, has existed in the form of, as an inscribed stone on which the days of the month were indicated by movable pegs inserted into bored holes. Hence the name. There were also written texts in according in what's that? Diogenes. I forgot how to say that word, y'all. Bear with me. Diogenes Laertius. Parapagma was the title of the book of Democritus. Wow. Okay. Ptolemy and Alexandrian astronomy. So basically, they're tying this to Democritus, Ptolemy, Egyptian. Okay, so all right, we're just gonna move right along. I'm gonna just save everybody the time. Like I said, I'm not gonna do this like I did before, where I would just read the stuff. But I'm gonna just say this: that when it comes to this, the almanac situation, in the word, the weather forecast, farmers planting dates, tide dates, baking Coptic, Egyptian known Almanichi, Aka, and all them with the Spanish, Arabic, and the Andalusian, which is really getting at Amazigh and Visigoth. That's really what they're gonna boil it down to, is some Amazigh and Visigoth type stuff, y'all. But see, we meeting. We already hit past that hour, so let me get on Incunabula. Let me see what else I have for this. Again, y'all, this is just the beginning of this. Introduction to, so everyone will know what I'm saying when I talk about this next Friday, where I'm going to pick apart stories and history that a lot of us have not let go of, that we've attached ourselves to, attached our tribes to, attached whatever we wanted to attach to it, and have a belief in this something happening. I'm going to show where it really comes from. Investigative researcher, bling, 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 on your forehead. So basically, let me see what else I got for that almanac. Almanac. Okay, remove that. Give y'all like a 2 minute little wind down, basically. But to sum it all up, I'll go over it again. This is what I wrote down for you. Here go my notes. Almanac is an annual publication, weather forecast, planting, tides, tide tables, and tabular data. Annual publication, but basically tabular data is like an agrarian stock market with tangible and physical things that you can see. Okay, annual publication are calendars, almanacs, directories. I might have said dictionaries earlier. Deepest apologies. Is actually directories. Like when you go to a building and they got a directory up there to direct you where you need to take yourself to. All right, yearbooks, annual reports, proceedings, and literary annuals. Some encyclopedias. And remember, history was a five. All right, from 1823 to 1857. Also include comic books, weather forecast, that's the farmers, the planting data, and the tide tables. Also, we ran into Bacon, Coptic Egyptian known as Amanichika or Amanichiaka, Spanish Arabic, Andalusi, Amazigh, Visigoth, all trying to take credit for this word almanac. That's the almanac. All right. So when it comes to all of those almanacs, the Bacon almanac, we're just gonna use a pig for all. We got the Bacon almanac. We're gonna call the Spanish Andalusia. I forgot how you call it in pork in Spanish. Damn, I forgot how to say that shit in Spanish. But anyway, you got Spanish Arabic. What the hell is that? Andalusia. They're claiming Andalusi is Amazigh and Visigoth. Really, but when it comes to all those almanacs, they are all extinct. So basically, we really don't get any almanacs until 1823 to 1857. And guess what almanacs they wrote? All those almanacs in the past. This room is clear. And that's why this is what it is. When you dig deeper into who were really doing the almanacs and all that stuff, you're gonna find out it was our people right here in America. We were the master plantings, the master farmers, the master herbalists, the master of fermenting, uh, splicing. Yeah, they didn't come up with that. They saw us doing that over here. We're the masters of doing that with plant life. That was us. We need to get back into that. Speaking of that, like I made a meal with flower squash, not the actual squash, but the flower squash, Brussels sprouts, alfalfa, the whole alfalfa thing, the whole little tub of that, some dill. Put that in there, got me right. That's all our stuff. We should be growing all these products. It should be all our stuff, man. It is all our stuff. We just need to take hold of it. All we gotta do is start doing it. All right, time ticking. Know what I mean? So basically, like I said, that when it comes to the name Almanac, they try and throw in Amanichiaka, but we can't find no evidence of no damn Amanichiaka. And why is it when it comes to Mr. Bacon bits, it's some Coptic Egyptian nonsense? But okay, 1823 to 1857 is the date that I find them guilty. Almanac is guilty. So when it comes to all the almanacs, I'm about to go in. Before the year 1823, 1857, all almanacs are going to be on trial. All right, let me get to this next one. All right, this next one is coming to the stage. One of my favorite subjects to be objective to my most pleasures. It ain't that. Hold on. Damn, man, how many of these did I get? All right, y'all. I gotta remove all these things. Let me take a little break, man. Let y'all chill before I get back to this. Where they at? Okay. All right. Let me see which one is first. The broadside. Yep, broadside print. Okay. How did that get right there? Okay. Pulling up Incunabula. Damn, I could have swore I just got it. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Make sure I'm not sketchy. Mic check. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2 1 2. Mic check. Okay. Mic check 1 2 1 2. All right, to make sure I wasn't messing up. Okay. Incunabula in the history of printing, books, pamphlets, broadside, Gothic, Caxton calligraphy used by scholars, ecclesiastics, lawyers, nobles, and professionals in 18 languages, y'all. Wow. So you see here the history of printing, right? Bam, boom, boom, boom. They say the year 1500, as I've been, explaining, that Incunabula is talking about 1501. Wow, we're gonna see it all right here. Let's see. Spread continent. Blah, blah. They even talk about having some block books. So you have to look into the block books, mostly over Coxton and what's the other one? Coxton and uh, shit. Coxton and calligraphy. All right, Gothic, Coxton, and calligraphy. There we go. So-called block books, and it gets into the creation of movable type. As of 2021, there are about 30,000 distinct Incunabula editions known. The probable number of surviving individual copies is much higher, estimated around 125,000 in Germany alone. Those statistical analysts, it is estimated that the number of lost editions is at least 20,000, around 550,000 copies of around 27,500 different works have been preserved worldwide. Those numbers and copies of the stuff they have. Yeah. All right. All right. We'll touch on it a little bit. Man, it's starting to get heat. It's starting to heat up. Got to be like 100 and something out here today. Okay, so let me find the one I kept flashing earlier. There we go. So at the bottom of that, Incunabula, this is the important part, the mainly important part, before I get into all the different languages attached to this and explain why it is important to understand that. That when it comes to the way that we pronounce our words, so not only to really deal with stuff that's from the 19th century, and when they started changing the way it was, because the way it was in the 19th century was the way that, so far to my understanding, the way our ancestors created these things. All right, things that we call language. It was hijacked and taken over. And these are the type of things that happened when it was hijacked and taken over. Okay. So Right here you have angelization. Angelization refers to the process by which a place or person becomes influenced by English culture or British culture, or a process of cultural and or linguistics change in which sometimes non-English becomes English. It can also refer to the influence of English culture in business in other countries outside England or the United Kingdom, including their media, cuisine, popular culture, technology, businesses, practices, laws, or political systems. So what I'm saying, all right, linguistic angelization, practice of modifying foreign words, names, phrases to make them easier to spell. I forgot how to say what that bottom word is down there, but to spell, pronounce, and understand in English. So it's a trick bag where they got you thinking that, oh nah, see, they say it like that in English because they got it from those other languages. And nah, they all got it from the same source, and that's the Aboriginal languages over here. Again, I mentioned scholars, ecclesiastics, lawyers, nobles, and professionals, right? In 18 languages. So broadside is a large sheet of paper printed on one side only. Historically, broadside were used as posters announcing events and proclamations, giving political views, commentary in the form of billards, or some people were advertising, graving symbols on castles and stuff like that. Three of that. That's connected. I can't wait to really dig in Incunabula, digging into these letters and the alphabets, the abecedary, the abjad, and the abugida. I'm going to give out the details to what I was saying the other night, that we think that a lot of structure alphabets, abjads, and abugidas have been in existence for a long time. I'm going to show a very, very interesting and remarkable discovery that I have found about writing and spoken language. The difference of when you're using writing systems and that of these almanacs and incunabulas. Oh man.
So what's happening? Government and all, y'all crossed the line, so what's happening? My ancestors wouldn't like you crossed the line, so what's happening? We original, y'all GMO, y'all lying. I do this for my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche. I do this for my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche. I do this for my Nietzsche. Should've left me where I was, cause I ain't never scared. Took that little ice off my neck for this arrowhead. My nation, my Nietzsche, someone thorough said. Real Americans, still pure blood, we thoroughbred. I'm like, let my people go and just take me instead. When it's red or blue pill, I'm only choosing red. I'ma always choose my people, you can keep that bread. Our government owe $1 trillion, you can keep that bread. If it's one thing Jim Crow is showing me, I don't want no white folks ruling over me. I don't want no politicians ruling over me. I don't want no po-po ruling over me. Only somebody just like me gon' treat me like me. I'm Anya Cherokee, the Chief and Dr. GLE. I'm still a G like EST. You might not be as G as me. You think you free, but you need remedy to be as free as me. I'm from the hood, I'm still waking up my people. They got us good, they still hating on my people. When it comes to fashion, the whole world wanna be like us. When it comes to music, the whole world wanna be like us. When it comes to dancing, the whole world wanna be like us. Foreigners are doing everything, trying to weaken us. Sports, y'all can't fuck with us. Rhythm, know we killing y'all. Anything involve a ball. Mentally, we figured out the cosmos. After all inventing shit, we smashing y'all. It's time to take through asking y'all rights by blood after all. Vatican and the Smithsonian got all our shit. Artifacts and relics still keeping us away from it. When they say that was a long time ago, that's racist shit. Y'all holy land keep stolen shit. We don't need y'all holding it. Reverse engineering our technology, controlling it. Gave it everything you got, but you can't put no soul in it. I ain't go see the new Matrix cause I'm living it. Everything is not what it seems, but I'm killing it. Can you afford to pay attention who you living with? Now they trying to mandatory vax, but is you getting it? Fall back off my knees, I'm peeping y'all.
Good looking out, Threads, man. I need that little break. Had a phone call come in. I mean, so okay. We load up this other stuff. Okay, so I want to show them though. I'm not even gonna say them. I want to show them. Let me see. Did I already have it up here? Oh, creepy old thing. They gonna say this is a beauty. What? Fuck out of here. Looking like that broad on Doom. Anyway, so basically, I'll read them to you. So all the 18 languages connected to Incunabula in the history of printing are Latin, German, Italian, French, Dutch, Spanish, English, Hebrew, Catalan, Czech, or Czech, 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 the Czech Republic. But anyway, Greek, Church Slavonic. They got some shit called Church Slavonic, y'all. So we know when they say they made all the slaves convert to Christianity, they talking about the Slavs. Portuguese, Swedish, Breton. Why they got Breton? Breton, Danish, Frisian, and Sardinian. Found in English in the mid 19th century. So again, when it comes to Almanac, they're saying Roger Bacon in 13th century. When it comes to Incunabula, they're saying 1500, and they're really saying it goes back to Roger Bacon. Okay. What I have concluded, that what I found in doing this research, that it was found in English in the mid 19th century. So, okay. family heritage books. Now, there's a lot of stuff in family heritage books I'm gonna leave out, but this is the other key. So when it comes to dictionaries, encyclopedias, thesauruses, and you're looking up certain words that follow in these catalogs. So in your dictionaries, you have your calendars, uh, calendar, almanac. Well, almanac has calendar. Some of your encyclopedias. So anything about farming, planting, food. So all your fruits and vegetables. Anything about the ocean and the tide. So anything in dictionaries and encyclopedias that have the stuff from the almanac, they put what an almanac is inside of in order to create their dictionary. So everyone gets that. Okay. All right. Incunabula is the basis of what they use, which is to spread their creation, which will be a printing press, to print it and mass print so everyone can believe that shit they made. Hold on, y'all. I think I'm messing. Okay, so you see in the language of records, basically it says it right there that when it comes to the language of records, you going by the language of your ancestors. All right, that means you're gonna go by what the definitions in your own language. You're not gonna translate it. Dictionaries are really just translations of words to you. You know, that's all they're doing. They're translating one word to you. They're telling you what it means. So a dictionary in itself is a translation. Encyclopedia has that same shit a dictionary has in it, except for it has the accessory of a thesaurus. You know, a good Webster dictionary are those real huge ones. With those, you get some deep. You see a word and it has these other words that sound like it that are pertaining to the same thing or something similar to it. They're gonna put it up there. So whenever you see that, that is what's called a thesaurus, because all thesauruses have the words and all the words attached to it that have the same meaning, and all the words that are attached to the same meaning as well. So it's very important to get a Rosette thesaurus. So anyway, this is the family heritage books, which gets deeper because and it goes into your name. So if you have a name that is one of these surnames, when it was being created, put together, and so on and so forth, I have that information in this book. And I'm gonna tell you, everything adds up to being in the 19th century and the early 20th century. Again, when it comes to all this stuff really being put together, your almanacs, your incunabulas, and the stuff attached to it. That means everything that was printed, your Isaac Newton stuff was printed, your Holy Bibles were printed, your Gutenberg presses, your German Bibles, your Williams Tinsdale Bibles, your everything, and in the 18 languages, it even has Hebrew. Looking at stuff in the almanac, it has Arabic and Spanish Arabic. Man, I'm telling you, when I start digging into this stuff, man, Friday, then you guys and everyone will see that's why he was so turned up because he couldn't wait to beat the shit out of this information. That's right, y'all. So, Family Heritage Books is going to be the focus next week. And then got a dog walk almanac. I got a dog walk, everything attached to the almanac. Got to go back to the Incunabula and pull out the information about when the Royal Society took over the Incunabula. So I'm gonna enjoy that next Friday. All right, y'all. I think our good brothers Chief and DJ Cut about to go in. They haven't started yet. Y'all enjoy y'all day. Enjoy the show that they put on. Peace.